creeks overflowing, causing neighbors in some communities to evacuate and water rescue teams to help rescue people from their homes. Many roads are also shut down as water and debris cover the roadway. WENY's Leanne DeRosa is live in Nichols, which is just one of many areas hit by flash flooding in the middle of the night. Leanne, what's going on?
Hi, Cody. I'm on Route 282, which turns into Route 187 at the state line, which is just south of me. Now, behind me, you can see the bridge is closed. This is the bridge over Wapasenning Creek, and that water underneath that bridge is rushing. So this bridge has been closed pretty much for structural reasons. Now, we took a walk down there earlier. We have been pushed back now. Let's give you a look at what we saw earlier. It's a mess, to be honest with you. Debris completely covers the bridge. Logs, branches, garbage. Now, the water has receded. It's no longer covering the bridge, but it is powerful underneath, rushing underneath that bridge. And crews said they're afraid that bridge is going to wash out, which actually happened during the flood in 2011, a few years ago. Now, beyond this bridge, down into the northern tier in Pennsylvania, we've been getting reports of a lot of evacuations, home rescues. We spoke with one woman who was rescued from her car once the water was kind of receded a little bit. She said the fire department was able to get to her, and here's what she said from her experience.
It's awful. Absolutely awful. I used to live in Barton, and I've never seen anything this bad.
Did it happen quickly?
Yes, very quickly.
Actually, I'll save this. Appreciate that. And now she was stuck in Windham Township, where we've been getting reports of a lot of rescues happening. And she's trying to make it home to Stevensville, PA. She said she's going to take the long route and hope to get there and not hit too many road closures. Now, before we go, I do want to show you something cool that we did come across while we were out walking on that bridge and inspecting some of the debris. Take a look at this. A bald eagle sitting on a log. Just absolutely beautiful. Calm, pristine, kind of like a diamond in the rough in all the middle of this debris. So that was a cool sight. We were able to get pretty close to it without scaring him off. Now, crews are inspecting these bridges and many of the local roads. So reminder, if you do come to a road closure, don't pass it. Even if there's no water over the bridge, there might be structural damage that you can't see. So now we have plenty more coverage coming up throughout Good Morning Twin Tiers. For now, live in Nichols, Leanne DeRosa, WENY News. Back to you, Cody.
All right, thanks, Leanne, and we will check in with Leanne in a little bit. Emergency crews and neighbors affected by flash flooding overnight are starting to get their first look at the damage in the daytime. WENY's Leanne DeRosa has been in Nichols for several hours now, as several roads remain shut down at this hour and will likely be closed as we head into the day. Hey, Leanne.
Yeah, guys, this is just one of many roads closed around the area. This is 282 in Nichols, which turns into 187 down at the south or the state line behind me. And behind me is the bridge over Wapasenning Creek, which is closed right now because of structural damage. And that's what crews told us this morning as we came to some roadblocks, that you might not see water over the road, but the bridge could have structural issues that they need to inspect, and they want you to be safe. Now, I want to take a look over here. Let's show you some of the debris that's just washing up along the roadway. So now Wapasenning Creek up there is rushing powerfully down across underneath this roadway, and it's trickling down along the side of the road. We've got branches, twigs, that's even a gas tank that's over there that's washed up, and this is just lining the roadways, covering the bridge over there, making it hard for people to pass through some roads. And this is also what's causing problems for nearby homes. This water will puddle up and is flooding into homes, and that's why we've seen a lot of rescue crews out and about, people needing to be evacuated from their homes. So again, this is 282. 187 through Nichols down into Pennsylvania, into the northern tier. That's closed because we're seeing a lot of this flooding happening. So for now, we will send it back to you guys in the studio. More coverage coming up in a little bit.
Another check at the aftermath of flash flooding that hit in the middle of the night. Hey, Leanne.
Hey, Cody, the rain is picking back up here down in Nichols. I'm on Route 282, which turns into Route 187 at the state line, which is just south of here behind me. Now, also south of here is the bridge over Wapasenning Creek. And now that is right behind me. If you can see down there, we've been pushed back pretty far because DOT crews were telling us that that bridge could collapse. They're not sure. Now, the water has receded, and so it's no longer flooding over the bridge, but the bridge is covered in debris. We took a walk down there earlier. Let's give you a look at what we saw. There were branches, logs, twigs, garbage just spewed across the top of the bridge. Right underneath the bridge, almost reaching bridge level, the water was powerfully rushing. And some of that water is now seeping down the sides of the road here, and that's causing those flooding concerns. Now, on the other side of this bridge down in Windham Township, that's where we've gotten reports of many of the rescues that have been taking place. Supposedly the damage is pretty bad down in the northern tier. We spoke with one woman who was actually rescued from her car down in Windham Township. Here's what she saw.
There's tons of trees down. Lots of bridges are out. Guardrails are in the middle of the road. Roads are sinking. It's bad.
Scary stuff. Now, like I said, we couldn't get down there to Windham Township or to the northern tier because this road is blocked. We're going to try to find an alternate route after the show, but it's just a reminder from the crews to stay home if you can, and if you do come to a roadblock, don't cross it. And if you come to water, don't cross that or drive through it either. The roadblocks, even if there is no water covering the road, it could be because there are structural damages that they need to come out and inspect. Now, one thing I do want to mention, something that we came across that was pretty cool. Take a look at this footage. A diamond in the rough. A bald eagle sitting on a pile of debris right next to that bridge and that creek behind me, just kind of hanging out. It was all wet and a little bit muddy, but very calm and pristine. Like I said, a diamond in the rough. So now we're going to take a look around at some more of the damage happening in this area. We've got more coverage coming up throughout the morning. For now, we'll send it back to you, Cody.
We've been monitoring flash flood warnings all morning, and we've been assessing the damage caused by flooding in the northern tier and other parts of the viewing area. WENY's meteorologist Craig Flint is in Windham Township taking a look at the aftermath. He joins us now to tell us how this all happened. Craig?
Yeah. All right, Cody. Good afternoon to you. Certainly, no doubt, has been a rough night for residents, DOT crews, and the fire departments down here in Windham Township at the intersection of Route 187 and Cotton Hollow Road. And the debris is pretty extensive. This is all water from the Wapassenning Creek, and you could see how it came rushing down. And you can see all the debris, the rocks, and a piece of shrapnel from, who knows where, probably up the road a piece. What happened was the creek overspilled its banks. It came down through this house that you see now here across the street, rushed across Route 187, and then unfortunately down into this home behind me. And again, extensive damage all over the place. And this area is waterlogged. We don't need any more. And the problem is we may have some more. When we talk about precipitable water in the atmosphere, it's basically the amount of water the atmosphere can hold and the amount of water that's being squeezed out of the atmosphere. So while precipitable waters in the atmosphere will be a little lower this afternoon, they really can't take any more. We are already waterlogged, and this area continues with the flash flood watch that has now been posted through, I believe, 8 p.m. So saturated already. A lot of cleanup to do. Again, this is just one section. A lot of roadways are blocked off and closed. We had a really tough time getting here. And basically everywhere you go, the roadways are closed down. And obviously, because we've had all that heavy rain from the overnight. And basically, there was nothing to move these thunderstorms along. So they sat over the same area, and if anything, they were back building over the same area, which is a recipe for disaster. And that's exactly what we're dealing with here. Again, driveways are washed up, roadways are washed up. It is going to be a long process and cleanup for the folks here at the intersection of Cotton Hollow and Route 187. We're live this noontime in Windham Township, Pennsylvania. I'm Craig Flint, WENY News. Back to you, Cody.
There was 4.5 to 5 foot of water coming down Cotton Hollow Road and going across the State Route 187. It's very devastating for everybody, including myself.
Picking up the pieces in Pennsylvania, cleanup efforts underway in the Twin Tiers after strong storms and flash flooding hit overnight. Good evening, I'm Renata Steele. Nick Quattrini is off tonight. We begin with team coverage from across the region, showing you how these flash floods have damaged homes and roads. We begin tonight in Windham Township, Pennsylvania, where WENY's Leanda Rosa spent the entire day today. She tells us that's where the storm seems to have hit the hardest.
So we had people floating down the road in beds this morning. We had people missing, we had people hung up on guardrails, hung up on guy wires, needed to be rescued. Total disaster.
Windham Township Supervisor Gail Bowen says he woke up to nearly 5 feet of water rushing past his house down the hill and onto Route 187. Water washed through homes, moved cars and sheds, and tore up roads. Windham Township seeing the brunt of the storm.
It was a river from down the road and on both sides of the house, and then everything started cracking, so we went upstairs, and that's when the front part of the house blew apart, and then everything went out the back wall.
Steve Seymour is one of dozens of people rescued from their homes or cars overnight across the northern and southern tier.
There's tons of trees down, lots of bridges are out, guardrails are in the middle of the road, roads are sinking, it's bad.
Just a few miles up the road near Nichols, the Wapassening Creek pounded a bridge with debris. So strong, crews were afraid the bridge would fail, something that happened years ago during the flood of 2011. Bowen says flooding and devastation will continue to be a problem unless these creeks get cleaned and fixed soon.
We have got to do something in this state to resolve this creek issue. You can dredge the Chesapeake for the rich and famous all day, but if they don't start at the headwaters and work from the headwaters down, they're never going to solve this issue, okay? Enough's enough. Let's get it done.
In Windham Township, Leanda Rosa, WENY News.
Several teams braved the weather overnight to help those affected in Bradford County by that flash flooding, along with police and emergency management and fire. The American Red Cross joined to help those in need. WENY's Ali Debicki picks up that story.
With weak river and watersheds here across the Twin Tiers, the American Red Cross wants to teach you how to stay safe in the event of a flood.
Today, along with the help of EMS and police crews in Windham Township, the American Red Cross was there to provide people with necessities like food and water. Even though the Red Cross did not initiate a shelter this afternoon, Disaster Program Manager Steve Luber explained what the procedure entails.
So we go out and we just basically look and see what kind of damage there is. Was there a house trailer where it's been shifted or washed down, and stuff like that. And then depending upon the damage of the home, depends upon how the assistance gets given out. It's much like the state or federal agencies.
The Red Cross believes that it is never too early to be prepared for any disaster scenario.
And it really goes to show that about people being prepared for any type of disaster, whether it's a power outage and having a generator, or if it's even you live on a mountain, you'll never get flooded out. Not the case. Some of these folks lived up on hills and they're seeing some damage to their homes and stuff. So everybody should be prepared for that kind of thing.
The Red Cross reminds those to always have a plan for all types of damage and to create a kit to help you survive.
You should basically your basics, something for food, shelter, and clothing. So you want to kind of keep some emergency blankets in there, whether they're the Mylar blankets that you see, they might be good to carry in a car. Obviously water is good, and you should keep some sort of food that doesn't expire.
For more information on safety checklists and how to sign up to volunteer for the Red Cross, log on to WENY.com. Reporting in Windham Township, Ali Debicki, WENY News.
And the headaches caused by this storm isn't just centered on Windham Township. It's creating a lot of problems for travelers on I-86 as certain sections of the highway are now shut down. WENY's Brandon Menard joins us live in Nichols with more information about those closures tonight. Brandon.
Renata, exit 62 in Nichols is seeing a lot more traffic than usual tonight after crews shut down Interstate 86 between Nichols and Lounsbury. Officials say overnight storms caused damage to the highway after flooding eroded underneath the bridge over Wapassening Creek, making it unsafe to drive upon. Currently, the highway is closed both east and westbound. The detour has created a backup of traffic and long delays. It's unclear how long the stretch of highway will be closed and what officials are doing to repair the bridge. For now, if you're coming this way, make sure to plan extra time in your travels. Reporting live in Nichols, Brandon Menard, WENY News.